A snowplow driver was doing his job pushing snow. He looked in the mirror. He noticed there was a car following him every single turn. She was right on his bumper. Finally, he stopped. He got out to find out what was going on. It was a young blonde driver. And she said, well, my dad said if I ever get lost in the snow, to follow a snowplow, and it'll get me to a phone somewhere that I can call for help. The driver looked at her and said, ma'am, well, I'm just about done with the Kroger here and heading over to the Walmart. If you still want to keep following me, I'm sure you could find a phone there.
And Buckeye Hall of Fame legend Jeff Logan joins us now here on the Workday Kickoff. And as always, Jeff, we have to look back before we look forward. And I don't think anybody expected what happened in Indianapolis, but it was a heck of a game.
Yeah, it really was a heck of a game. And I think we went into that knowing that Indiana was not the old Indiana, and they needed to be respected. And, I thought Ohio State, overall played well in the game, but I thought poor performance from the coaching staff and poor execution by our players in the red zone really ended up costing this team an opportunity to win that Big Ten championship.
Talk more about the coaching staff's performance.
Yeah, getting down into the red zone has always been a little bit of a challenge for this team. Do you go into that big tight end personnel where you got 3 or maybe even 4 tight ends in there and try and bully your way into the end zone? Or do you, maintain kind of what got you there? And Ohio State got very conservative in the red zone, and I thought too conservative. So coaches would take the blame for the things that they're responsible for, but still there's got to be better execution at the line of scrimmage.
Talking to Jeff Logan here, previewing who we think Ohio State might be playing on New Year's Eve in the second round of the playoffs at the Goodyear Cotton Bowl Classic. And we're talking about either Texas A&M or Miami, who square off this weekend. Who do you like there, Jeff, and why?
Well, it's an interesting matchup because they are two really different kinds of football teams. Texas A&M is a very physical, run-oriented, but have the ability to throw the ball, but a terrific defensive football team. Miami, on the other hand, is full of great athletes on the outside. We'll remember the great match Ohio State had with Miami for the national championship when we were 2 or 3 touchdown underdogs in that game and won that. That seems like a generation ago, but I think either one of these teams have got the capacity to compete for a national championship. I think they're both that good, but I like Texas A&M probably winning the game because I think they are more fundamentally sound than what the Miami Hurricanes are all about.
I agree with you completely. Mike Elko, their head coach, has done a great job, and former defensive coordinator, and I actually don't think it'll be that close. I think Texas A&M wins by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I think that's very possible. And I think it really comes down to turnovers. Carson Beck, who is the quarterback at Miami, who was the transfer from Georgia, has a tendency to throw the ball to the other team. And I think with this pressure that he's going to get from the Texas A&M football team, I think they can force him into some mistakes.
We're hoping to advance past the Cotton Bowl Classic, but I agree. It looks like A&M, to me, will be who will be playing New Year's Eve. Jeff, thank you so much. Give us a go, Bucks.
Hey, absolutely. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas to everybody, and especially go Bucks.